Well, welcome back to UFOs Above Us. All right, today is May 11th, and I thought it's time to get back to some moon videos. Now, this one I'm going to review today is a photograph that was supplied to me by someone else that wants to stay anonymous. Um, and as you can see here from just looking at it, is a very high resolution photograph. And as I was studying this photograph, originally I was looking at something in this area over there. Um, right there, there's an actual, see that arc right there? That was the original thing that this person that contacted me and I were looking at. But as I've been studying this, I noticed something in this area right there, and you can't really see it that well, so I'm going to do the zoom here, and it's this basic area in here. And if you look really, really carefully, there's a object right there that's going to be very interesting, but I know you can't see it too well, so let's zoom in a little. See that thing right there? Kind of looks like maybe an obelisk or a rocket or a super thin tower. More to me like an obelisk or rocket. So if you're not familiar with obelisks, they're all over the planet. We have them in Egypt and lots. And then they're in other areas like this one I believe was in Rome. And of course here in the United States we have our share of obelisks as well, including this famous one in Washington, D.C. So that object we were looking at could be an obelisk, but it also could be a rocket. And you know, rockets take all shapes and sizes. Obviously, the one on the moon would have to be huge, but we have made some very large rockets. There's the biggest one there, and very powerful as well. So, what do you think it is? I'm going to leave that up to the audience to decide, and we're just going to kind of dive in and deep dive on this picture. Again, it's really high resolution, original photograph. Before we really study this thing, this object, I just want to look at this dark area to the left of it right here. And let's just kind of look at that briefly, because first off, it's square. And if you're talking about shadows cast on the moon, you shouldn't have this square. And you can also see these kind of circular things on those top two halves, which we don't have on the bottom, and whatever that thing is in the middle. So that's an unusual object for sure, and it shouldn't be there. I mean, there's no explanation for why that should be there. So I believe that's man-made, or I should say intelligent design. So now that we've got that out of the way, look at this object itself. What does that look like to you? You know, be sure and let me know in the comments your thoughts on this. I don't have any answers. The person that supplied me this photograph didn't have any answers. It just comes down to we have to figure out for ourselves what we believe is true. And I certainly believe that this is man-made. That dark object, you know, looking at these other shadows around here, you know, they're rough edged like you would expect from the topography casting a shadow. This is a sharp square. Nothing's going to cast a shadow on the surface of the moon like that. So I believe that's actually some kind of camouflage hiding what's really there. And I think what's really there may be affiliated with this object right here. Whether it's a city, a base, I don't know. But, you know, this object certainly is not naturally occurring. I would assume everybody can put that to rest. And you can even see some kind of pipe work or something tied into that base of that object. And it seems to be running up here. Can't really tell what that is. It's difficult in this photograph to see that, but this, some kind of pipe work leading right to the base of this object, whatever it is. Obelisk, rocket, whatever you think it might be. But certainly fascinating and an interesting find on this picture. And it just goes to show, you know, I've been showing my moon pictures for years now. I feel like I've pretty much done all I can do with them. I've shown you there's structures, objects, man-made, intelligent design. So I thought I would look at a third-party picture, and let's go ahead and even look closer at this. I'm not a editor, you know, I'm a photographer, but here's my best job at kind of cleaning up the image and sharpening it. And as you look at that, you know, it's clearly some kind of intelligent design. So what it is, I don't know. I'll leave that up to you, but I'd love to hear your comments. And I'd love to get some feedback on what else you'd like me to do here on the channel. I'm trying to educate people on the skies are active. So keep watching those skies. The answers we're looking for are there.